Yeah, they say my dream was a dead end. They said people like me don't trend. Said my slang won't ever get it. They say my neck was too red.
What's going on, everybody? See if we can get anybody in here. Oh, what's up, guys? I forgot I was live. I don't see nobody yet, but yo, what's good, Red Eye? What's up, Beachhead Redneck? How y'all doing? Man, I think I got food poisoning from fucking Applebee's. No, Ruby Tuesdays. I don't feel so great. How's everybody doing? I don't know where everybody is. I guess I gotta start like putting out a broadcast a couple hours in advance or a day in advance like everybody else does. I'm just like off the hip kind of guy. But shit, we'll run it anyways. Hell yeah, Red Eye. Feels good once in a while, don't it? Man. Oh man, I gotta sleep. Damn, I'm tired. I don't think anybody's gonna come in today. Much needed, yeah, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I should have taken a nap today, man. I had some time. Man, what is that? Oh, yeah, I should have taken a nap. Yeah, I ate some Ruby Tuesdays and tell you what, my stomach's killing me, bro. Killing me. I got my computer up and going though, so we good there. Maybe I can start doing more reactions and stuff. What's up, Dan Houdini? How you doing, bro? Got a pot roast, taters, and green beans on the stove. I can't even hear about food, man. It sounds good, but damn, I don't know what's going on with that food. It ain't hitting right. I haven't had that forever either. We're doing good, man. I ate some Ruby Tuesdays, and it didn't settle right. I'll tell you that much. I'm finding something fun to watch, but I can't. I don't know if I'm allowed to watch stuff. I'm getting popped. Oh, yeah. Well, and some fine fried cornbread on the side. Oh, that sounds good. That shit hurt my gut, man. I've never had food hurt my gut. I don't eat as much anymore, but I had like a rack of ribs or whatever, and it just didn't settle right. That's for sure, man. Oh, keep yawning. All right, well, so what's going on, guys? Anybody want to jump up here? I don't know. I was gonna try to keep that. I'm trying to keep the mental health, recovery, addiction thing alive, but honestly, man, like the people I try to do it with, like they dip out and people can't like commit to anything. That's all right though. We here to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Dan, it's gonna be fire. Sounds like it's gonna be. I wish I felt. You know how like on Thanksgiving you'll eat, and then you'll be like, oh, that was like the biggest mistake of my life. That's how I'm feeling right now. I ate that rack of ribs, and I'm like, no, no, that was a mistake. Yeah, I'm tired. What do y'all want to talk about? All right, man. Hell yeah. I keep fucking yawning. How's everybody doing today? Everybody doing good? Anybody having problems? You're right by me straight, just so you know. Have a great rest of the day. Hey, thank you, Savage Duran. I appreciate that. What's up, Stoned? How you doing, bro? You're gonna kill him with kindness. Tony's still going live tonight? Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. I'll be there. Man, I ate some Ruby Tuesdays, and I tell you what, it didn't settle right. Yeah, we can kick it, guys. I mean, until Tony goes live or something. No, I shut my camera off to smoke a butt and didn't even light a cigarette. So no, I figured we chop it up. But I said he'd jump up here in a little bit. Anybody, the link's posted if anybody wants to jump up. Man, I got some cool Elvis footage that I'm trying to get out. That I'm probably gonna work on. You get the pics and video. I didn't get a video. I got some pics though. It's up to people that are full-blown drug addicts, but they don't believe they are because they only take prescription drugs. What you mean, dude? What's up, Weedy? I mean, sometimes, yeah, like I think all doctors are licensed drug dealers, but I think people can take way too many prescription drugs. I mean, if you're, say, like Suboxone, I think Suboxone is a miracle drug, but I also think it can be misused and given way too much of. You know what I mean? Like when I was on Suboxone, I started at like 8 or 10 milligrams, and I tapered down eventually. You know what I mean? I think anybody that gets 2 to 3 Suboxones, I think that's way too much. I mean, that's just my opinion. I mean, my opinion is that's way too much. I mean, I was an addict, and I took, I never got up that high on Suboxone dose. What's up, Red Eye? How you doing, bro?
What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. I'm doing good.
Hell
Besides this
yeah,
food.
yeah. I think the change of weather, man. A lot of people get sick. You know what I mean?
Well, I like this morning after I did a live because it was really cold. I had a little cough. I'm like, but I ate that Ruby Tuesdays, man. It just didn't settle right. It's like killing me. I just took some. I don't even know what it was. It's like cold and flu. It has like green tea and stuff in it.
Yeah, that's probably pretty good stuff, man.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I don't know. I get anxiety taking meds now, man. Like I know that's weird to say, but like I get anxiety trying. Like I can't. I got prescribed when I got COVID, like Tylenol and ibuprofen because I was a cheap bastard. But I break ibuprofen 800s in half. I don't dare to take a whole one. It's just weird like that. I don't know. I guess
I've got a phobia myself of taking new meds or anything like that. Like they tried to put me on blood pressure medicine like back in 2008 or something, and I never would start taking them.
yeah, yeah. Like my doxycycline, whatever it's called, for my Lyme disease. I could have
Yeah,
sworn that was giving me attacks. Like I took it and I could have sworn I was getting like um symptoms from it. And my doctor's like, you're not getting symptoms from it. All it does is, you know what I mean? It doesn't do anything. It might make your stomach a little upset. I'm like, oh, all right. Well, you know what? That makes sense why my stomach's upset now. But that's the only but in my head I was scared to take it.
yeah, yeah, man. I've been that way before. It's just,
Steve
man,
B, I need Steve
you
B, I
see
need a
so
half.
many. Go ahead, bro.
I was just reading this. Steve B said he needs a half bounce on Belfast. Where's Belfast? You talking about Belfast, Maine?
That's Ireland bias. Ireland.
Ireland. Can I ship myself with it?
They're gonna head off to the Shire. I tell you what, though, I'd love to fucking visit Ireland, Scotland, man. I'd say it's a
I
beautiful
would love.
country.
Yeah, my ancestors and stuff from Scotland, and I would love to go over there. I would love to just see the heritage part of it. You know what I mean? That's one
Yeah,
of my goals. To just go over there and spend a month or two. Eventually, it'll happen.
yeah. My mom's people came over from Ireland in seems like it was like the 1840s, and
Yeah.
my dad's people came over in 1773, and they were from somewhere in Britain. Uh, Something with Shire at the end of it. At the end of it, I can't remember what it
Well,
was. Like
that's cool.
Yorkshire or something like that. So I
No
see the
shit.
pups are getting big. You got to give them their shots, huh?
I did. I gave him the shots, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make a video about it. People say to stick to one thing, stick to your niche. I don't really have a niche. I'm just a hands-on guy. I've never hired anybody to do a job for myself. If I work on my bike, I build my bike myself. My truck, houses, garages, electrical. You know what I mean? I'm just that guy that it's not that I won't hire someone, but I want to teach myself how to do everything. So I'm like, why not just throw a video up, dude? And I did. So yeah,
You'd be surprised how many views that'll get, because somebody will search how to give a dog their 7-in-1 shots and their rabies shots, and your video will be
yeah.
one of the ones that's recommended.
Hell yeah, I'm hoping so, man. Hey, Steve B, maybe I will. Maybe July. It's my birthday in July, so maybe I will. Maybe I'll plan that instead of, I just want to travel, man. I think life's too short to not travel. Like we're hoping to go back down south in October, like end of October, because we were gonna go for that concert anyways, even though that was canceled. I still want to go down there. I want to have my own car or a bike or something, my own transportation, so I can do whatever I want to do. Like, you know what I mean? That was the
Yeah,
worst part about it, man. Like, yeah, Rex came down with a truck, a big ass truck, but I wanted my own transportation so I could, go sightseeing.
I think I'm saying this right, Steve. Is that Cray Hill bonfire? Cray Hill or Clay Hill?
I'll look up Crail Bonfire. You'll see the biggest bonfire. That's awesome, dude. We're going fourth, the biggest record. We're going for the biggest record this year and last year with the Guinness World Record. Don't pass it. Oh, that's cool, man. That's wicked cool.
Yeah, that would be fun right there.
That would be an adventure, man. Going to Ireland. I love the accent of Scottish and Ireland. I just think it's better than America right now, and that's pretty pathetic to say. Like, for one of the
I'll
greatest
tell
countries,
you,
man.
man, the most beautiful accent that I've heard on a woman was Dolores O'Riordan of the Cranberries. I always love to hear her sing, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
She died too young, man.
Good ones do die too young, man. That's the worst. I'll be alive forever at that rate.
My old man died at 57, man.
Man, that's tough. That's a tough
So
break.
I got about
My
17 years if I want to live as long as he did.
Well, my mother's mother, she was in her 40s, and hey, Kimberly, how you doing? Skulls Playlist. She was in her 40s, I believe, early 40s, and she went to go get her Hep B, Hep C, or Hep A and Hep B vaccines, and she got in the hospital elevator, hit the up button, and her heart exploded. She just had an enlarged heart. I don't know the correct terminology, but she had an enlarged heart. It runs in our family. I mean, my mom's brother had a bunch of surgeries, but
I
yeah,
had
like
a cousin that had that problem, man.
It sucks. But I hope I beat that statistic. I mean, my grandfather on my dad's side, he lived quite a good life, late 80s or early 80s. My grumps lived till he was like 70 something, 76 maybe. I think it was.
My dad's dad died at 68, and he went through World War II. And my other mom's dad died at 71. So,
Yep.
Man.
I believe it was Kimberly. Actually, my grandfather got the COVID vaccine, and I moved in with him to take care of him because we built a new relationship after I got clean. And I told myself I'd never get the COVID vaccine. I went to the pharmacy. I got the first shot of the Pfizer, I think it was, and he ended up dying a week later. But that's why I never got the second one. I didn't want to get it anyways, but I wasn't going to be the one to put the nail in the coffin. He had really
What
bad lungs. He was on.
that
What's
and
that?
that shot, the shot has caused fluid to build up around the heart. I forget what they call it, like endo something other. I can't exactly remember the name, man. But that's my grandma got the shot, and she developed fluid around the heart. Not even a week later, man, and like it died in the hospital. So
What?
yeah, she
How'd
told
they
me don't take it.
how'd they catch that?
I don't know, man, but yeah, sure enough, when there's been see that's what was killing the people. Like 90 out of the ones that died after getting the shot, like 80% or more was from fluid buildup around the heart. You have to
Maybe
look
I
it up.
should. The day after the night that I got my shot, I started having heart palpitations, and shit went downhill from there. So that's so weird, and I never put two and two together. Maybe that's something I should look into, because I know
Yeah,
people
man.
that's had seizures, strokes, heart attacks and stuff right after they got the shot, and it's like
Yeah,
unexplained.
I'm glad me and my mom and my wife and daughters never got it.
See, my grandfather would have he'd wake up with 60% oxygen. It was so bad that he'd take the hose out of his nose and he'd breathe in through his mouth with the oxygen in his mouth.
Yeah,
And he could always boost it back up, but it Red Eye, it's not, you can never
yeah,
keep
I
it
know
up.
exactly what you're talking about when it comes to oxygen levels because I keep a check on moms all the time. Now
So when
she's on that CPAP machine, and it seems to be helping her, a whole lot more than just the regular, oxygen tank that plugs in the wall. Because we had it maxed
yeah,
out, it was all the way up on 5 milliliter, and so yeah, so the CPAP machine seems to be working a lot better, man. But she's
yeah,
got COPD and emphysema, so it's like a double whammy, man. She feels like she's smothering all the time, like she can't get enough air out to get any air in.
that's what my grandfather had, man. And um, man, it's the worst feeling in the world. So when I was on drugs, we clashed, dude. We were like Clash of the Titans. We told each other we're gonna fucking kill each other. There was not a moment to rest. And
I
I got
think a lot
clean,
of
and I
families go through that.
yeah. Well, he went to Florida, and when I was like getting clean, I got shipped down there to hang out with my nana, my grand. I I came back, and then like years later, They came back because she had cancer. I didn't get to say goodbye to her, but he just started going downhill, and I reached out one day. I'm like, "Yo, like I want to talk to you." He's like, "Come over," and I came over. My grandfather he never said "I love you" to his kids, my dad,
He,
anybody. He
yeah,
didn't say "I love you"
they
to
were
nobody.
man, they were a
Um,
different generation. They were, like baby boomers and come from the generation before the baby boomers. They wasn't shown that kind of affection or compassion, man. It's like it's something that you should automatically know. You should never have to ask uh,
right.
or hear it told to you. My dad was the same way, man. I tried to break that cycle with my girls, though.
Yeah, exactly. So I went in and I talked to him, and I had my own place. I had a trailer in the trailer park, and my dad had told me how bad he was getting. So I went in there and we started arguing. I'm like, listen, like I made up a little white lie. I'm like, listen, I ain't got no place to go. I got kids, and he's like, you're gonna move in here just for the kids. I fucking hate you, blah blah blah. But you're moving in here, acting like he didn't need my help when I know he did.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
yeah.
well, all right, fucking, I'm moving in, asshole. Like it was that kind of relationship. So, anyways, we move in, and automatically he makes this connection with my younger son. And like my grandfather had like my dad and my uncles live with him at one point, and like they wouldn't do anything for him. So I was cutting wood, I was cleaning up, and we started building this bond. He's like, hey, you want to see my AR? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Like, so he'd pull all his guns out. We'd shoot. He's like, this one's yours. Like, this is yours. Like, and like we started building this bond. Well, my youngest son would make him coffee every morning in this little owl cup, and he would say, "Where's Owen?" And when Owen would come in there, I'd hear him. He'd be like, "Thanks, buddy. I love you." He'd tell my son. He was the first person anybody ever heard him say, "I love you" to. He would tell my girl that. He'd tell my kids that. He never said it to me. So hospice
He
comes in,
did
and
that,
I'm
bro.
like, "Oh, I know he did." And hospice came in. This is what I got to live with. Hospice came in. They said, "Here's some morphine. Um, here's some lorazepam that'll help with his breathing." Well, my grandfather said, "No, no, 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 I don't want it." And I was like, and my dad's like, "Give it to him." I'm like, "No, I'm not giving it to him. If he doesn't want it, like, stay out of it. If you're not, you can't come over here to help me. Stay out of it." It got to the point, and it was coming up on my grandmother's birthday. He's like, "You know what? Give me some of that morphine." I said, "Graham, I don't want to. Like, I know what that's going to do to you. That's going to be the end." He's like, "Give me some of the morphine. I'm in a lot of pain, MJ." So I said, "All right." I did that. Well, the next we did that for about a week, just very small doses. Well, he's like, "Hey," because I went to go bring my kids to the movie, so no one was here. I left, brought my oldest out to eat, and on the way back, you go left to the movies and straight. You go straight. You don't turn left. And you go straight for about 2.5 miles. It was my grandfather's house. I'm like, all right, we'll go check on Grant. Um, and we'll hit the movies. Well, right when I got to that left, I'm like, nah, he's all right. So I went left. I went and saw, I think it was the Avengers or Spider-Man. And I came home and he was sitting in his wheelchair. So I was with my girl and my kids. I said, stay in the car. I just had this feeling. And I'm like, hey, Gramp. And he was breathing. I'm like, oh, he's cool. So I sent my kids in. I said, yeah, go to bed. And I'm like, Gramp, wake up. We couldn't wake him up. I was slapping him on the back. I'm like, Gramp, come on, wake the fuck up. So I'm like, I call my dad freaking. I'm like, listen, he's not waking up. I said, let me call the ambulance. Like, I think he took too much morphine. Like, my dad's like, no, you can't. You're not allowed to. I said, I don't care what hospice says. So my dad called hospice. They called me. They said, do not call that ambulance. I said, we can save him. Like, he's been fighting. He said he didn't want to die yet. So I'm like, all right, whatever, dude. And that's my biggest regret is I went left instead of straight. If I would have went straight instead of left, I could have saved him. You know what I mean? Like, I would have been 3 hours before that. I could have. That's what
That's
my
that's
regret is.
that's a situation, man. That all these what ifs and all the hindsight looking back on things, we see stuff more clearly now. But in the moment, we didn't. But we can't hold that against ourselves because I mean, my phone ran out of time and I missed a phone call that could have saved my best friend from hanging himself in 2017. And I kicked myself in the ass for running out of phone time. And, because I knew if I could answer that missed call that I had from him, that, I could have saved his life. So the what ifs, man, will drive you crazy, bro. They will.
And it
They'll
did.
hurt your feelings.
And it did so bad, dude. And I was sitting there and I called everybody, I was that guy, like, you know what? Like, no one's gonna, like, I care. When I first moved in with my grandfather, this is gonna sound bad. He had all this stuff, guns, everything. I'm like, no one's gonna come in here and do that shit. I don't, you know what I mean? No one's gonna take that like, I've been taking care of this guy. Well, I called everybody and I didn't take anything. They ended up they took my gun. They took like all this stuff. His body wasn't even cold. And my aunt that I hadn't seen until like I was on the drugs, she's like, she made this comment. She's like, oh, he let the wolf in the hen den or whatever she said. And like, there was like so much competition. Well, at the end of the day, he changed his will. I got his house. I'm going to get my AR back, that AR. Hopefully in a month or two. Like, we have to go to court for this, which is bullshit. Like, he wrote it out like it's my gun, and it's been a fight, but that's what everybody cared about. And like, when it came down to it, I'm so glad that I don't care about any of that. I wanted to see him.
Well,
But
out of all those people, man, you were the one that was there taking care of business, man. So you know that in your heart. So really nothing else matters. But I hope everything that you're going through with that, man, works out in your favor.
I hope so. Like, they Like I was at one, I was calling my dad saying, you know what? Like, oh, he gave me this gun. Like, no, you know what I mean? I cared about that. And everybody else cared about him. They made it seem like it. But when push came to shove, like I would give anything to get him back here. And everybody else just don't give a shit. Like my uncles, my dad does, but I don't know. My dad's with my baby mama's mom, so it's a weird situation. But you know what I mean? It's one of them things where I regret not going straight. It was just hard. We kept the owl cup. I gave it to my son. They tried to take that. I'm like, no way. Like that's a memory
Oh
for my
man, that's
kid.
dirty. Yeah, that's a memory for him, man.
Right. And it wasn't a cup that anybody knew. It was just a cup that my son would always choose, the owl cup. And but
Wise old owl, man.
my grandfather went to the Yukon with my uncle, and he brought all this dirt back from Parker's Reserve. And I got a
Wow.
video of him and his sons like panning for gold. Like I never got into it, but like I got all these cool memories. I got memories of us shooting and me out shooting him, but pretending he was out shooting me. Like just cool stuff like that, man. So I got a lot of cool stuff that I can remember, you know what I mean? And I'm so glad I changed my ways in time to see that. Because that'd be the worst if like he died like my nana did and I didn't get to say, you know, I'm better now.
Yeah, I was 30 days clean and sober when my dad passed away. So he got to at least be sober, you know, before he passed away. What's up, King of the Q?
What's up, King? Yeah, and I hate that. Yeah, I do think people can be prescribed way too much Suboxone, but I also say Suboxone is the miracle drug. I really do. Like that saved me. Suboxone saved me. Like no doubt about it.
Man. I was like I said, I was 30 days clean and sober when my dad died, and I finished out the other like 3 or 4 months in rehab. I came home. I was home a couple months, and then all the grief, you know, of him being gone and everything hit me, and I relapsed and was off and running for like 8 months. Then I went to jail for a year, and I got out, and I've been off the, you know, the hard stuff ever since, man. But I found myself wanting to go back to that, and I was like, man, you can't do this. So I got into a Suboxone clinic, and like it's been like 6 years now. So I'm down to, man, I was going to tell you, I'm down to 1 quarter every 5 days. So I'm almost there to the cold turkey point, man.
That's a scary feeling, man. For me, it's like what happens when I get off it? Like, am I gonna detox? Am I gonna want drugs again? Like in my head, like I did all this changing, and yeah, it seems like a lifetime ago, but is Suboxone really keeping me sober? Is that the only thing? Like I keep doubting myself, and I know that's not the case. I doubt myself.
Yeah,
it's
that's
scary.
the hardest thinking in itself right there. But yeah, man, I don't know, dude. I mean, if I get out, you know, once I quit cold turkey, if I feel like that I'm gonna, you know, go back to something, I'm just gonna go right back to the Suboxone, man. But I feel like in my heart and in my mind that I've got this. It's time to fucking do it. It's you know, I think I can do it, man.
That's the biggest thing. When you get it set in your mind and your heart, you know, like that's it. And it's just, I hate when people like misuse Suboxone or get like 3 of them a day. I hate that because it's making people
much, man. Exactly. Anybody that knows or have taken them for a while knows that you do not need that many.
No,
not unless you're first coming off of heroin or you're coming off of something other than maybe for like the first month or 2. But after that, man, it needs to be cycled down to, it doesn't take like, you know, like I've been taking a half other than I've switched to a quarter every 5 days. But there for like 2 years, man, I only took a half a day. You know, like ritual, first thing in the morning, get up, take it, swallow it down, and then just, you know, forget about it. Then I got to where I would forget to even take medicine, like, you know, for 2 or 3 days. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're still on Suboxone, dumbass. You know, and
now are you self-tapering or are you through the doctor?
Yeah.
Because for me, it was,
I
didn't dare to doctor. So I didn't want me to mess up and not have it the extra to go back to. So for me, I self-tapered. I didn't tell the doctor. I just said, you know what, keep giving it to
Yeah.
me keep giving me the 8
I went
milligrams and I'll just
I went from 3 a day for the first 6 months. I was on 3 a day. Then it went down to 2.5 for like a year, and then about a year after that, I had started self tapering myself down, and I was down to 1 a day, and I was prescribed 1.5, and so now I'm prescribed 1 a day, but I only take a quarter, and once I can quit. Once I can quit and not take none for like 30 days, I'm gonna flush all the rest of them, man. That's there.
yeah,
Whatever's
exactly,
left
man.
over, I'm not gonna go back to the doctor no more, and I'm gonna flush what's there because I don't want it to be there. It's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. That's how I look at it. Like after my grandfather died and I got all these heart problems, my doctor prescribed me. It's actually called Alprazolam, and before people jump on me, I know
Yeah,
it's
I know
Xanax,
exactly what it
but
is. Yeah,
it's 0.25 milligrams of Xanax. And to me, I asked my doctor, I'm like,
that one, that's like nothing, dude. Like
yeah,
people that take actual Xanax and they've took them. Like I know a lady, she's uh, her and her son fell out of a car. Her husband pushed her and her 18-month-old baby out of the car, and baby hit his head and had a big old mass on the back of his head, like the size of a like a softball. And she started taking. Yeah, the doctor started giving her Xanax then, and she's took them for like 40 some years now, almost 50 years, and she takes three tens a day, and well, the 1 milligram, the blue one. She takes 3 of those every day. She says some days she takes 4 or 5, and I'm like, damn, how come you got to take that many? You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit, I could lick one of them son of a bitches and wake up with felonies. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But they just
absolutely, man.
affect some people different, man.
Yeah, well, with my anxiety, and it's so weird with my anxiety and what's going on, I break them. I've never to this day taken a whole 0.25 milligram. I break it in half, so it's half of a 0.25 milligram. But in my head, it
Yeah,
does it. In my head, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm better. I'm not going through a panic attack. And I told my, is this like? She's like, no, like I trust you. Like I've never seen you. Yeah, you look at your charts for the last almost 10 years. Like you're doing good. Like you need these. And at first it was lorazepam. It was when needed. But now my doctor has me taking these at
yeah.
night,
The
and it does
Ativan.
help. Yeah,
The only
yeah,
reason I know what the lorazepam is because my mom and dad ran that family care home for disabled vets for almost 36 years, and a lot of them were prescribed that. They were prescribed Ativan and
well,
some
it helps people
other
breathe too.
psych meds and some, they. I've seen a bunch of those, but that's how I knew that name because I remember this old man named
Yeah,
Lindsay.
and it
He got
helps
shot in the back of the head. He got shot in the back of the head in World War II, and he would mumble a lot, like all
yeah.
the time unless he was talking, and those was the only things that would help him. You could tell after he took his medicine, like 20, 30 minutes later, his mumbling would slow down and he would calm down a little bit.
Yep. Well, they gave
Same
hospice
thing,
gave my
square
grandfather. My hospice gave my grandfather morphine, liquid morphine, and liquid lorazepam. And I asked him, I'm like, he doesn't really have anxiety. Why are you giving that to him? And they said that if he's having a hard time breathing, it opens up, it relaxes you, so it opens up your airways better. So
Yeah,
in my head, that's why they give it to me for anxiety. It opens up your airways a little
yeah.
better. But
That's why they give it to
I never
you in
knew
small
that.
amounts.
Yeah, like they had him on like 1 milligram or 0.5 milligrams a day, just like little white pills, and he
Yeah,
would take that.
yeah.
He'd take 0.5 milligrams. I had 0.5, like the pills. He had the liquid. So that's why I was like weirded out, but I never knew that it helps people breathe that have like lung diseases like that. But yeah, I don't know. Addiction's a
Yeah,
bitch.
my
It really
grandpa, it is, man. It was, I tell you what, dude, it was a miserable existence, bro. And I'm glad God brought me through that, man, because I was needed. Instead of being in the ground dead from an overdose, I'm here clear minded and able to take care of my mom every day that she needs, and until it's time for her to go. And man,
your
it was a
dad's
miserable. Man, I
your
hope
dad's
he
looking
is. I
down
know
on
he
you.
is. I know he is.
I
He
know
was a
he
good man too, man. If I could be a 16th of the man he was, I'd be somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's
Myself, I'd think
craziest
I'd
thing.
be somebody.
The craziest thing. What's up, Citizens E and Rebecca? How you guys doing? I was laying in bed one night and I'm like having anxiety, so I started taking a shower and I put my head against the shower and I was just letting the water run on me, thinking like I don't know, just missing my grandfather, thinking I was a failure at life because just everything hit me, and I'm like, just show me a sign, Gramp. Show me that you're there. Like, show me that shit's gonna get better, and nothing. And I remember punching the shower wall, and I'm like, just show me a sign. Well, like I don't know, 10 seconds later, I turn the water down a little bit. The lights in the bathroom start flicking, and I'm like, that's electrical. My Gramp, is that you? And the light in my bedroom turned on. I'm like, no way, turn that shit off, and it turned off, and it just something inside me just like a pressure inside of me just like released, and I couldn't believe it. Like I know my nana's up there, I know my grandfather, I know my grumps is up. It just there has to be something after this, man. They have to be looking down because why the hell did he give me the help? Why do you do all this? I mean, I know he loved my kids, but I mean that was a year, you know what I mean? He could have gave it to my dad that's been loyal to him the whole time. It just things work out like that, man. There's not that many coincidences in life. I don't believe in
I'm
them.
a firm believer that there's definitely something after this. But if there's not, it just makes you appreciate your time here more.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's like when I had really like when I thought I was dying and my I mean, even if I still might be, when I got really bad, really depressed, and I would sit there and I'd watch they're called NDEs, they're near death experiences. There's been millions of them since mankind was here. They were writing on caves, like saying that you leave your body when you die. Near death experiences when you die, like have a heart attack and they bring you back to life. So many people said they've seen stuff that there can't be that many people telling the same tale. You know what I mean? In my head, and I believe in God. I believe in there's a higher power. So I pray. And I feel silly doing it, but like I'll sit here and pray. Just hope everything
Hey
gets
man,
good.
that's
Like,
good for everybody, bro. Whenever you pray for yourself, pray for your enemies, man. Pray for everybody.
and my son asked, he's like, "Well, if there is a God, isn't he gonna send you to hell if you don't believe in him?" And I told him, I said, my best answer, and it came off the rip, and it just came out of my mouth. I don't even know. I told him, I said, it's not believing. If doubt is not believing, everybody has doubt once in a while. You know what I mean? It's overcoming that doubt and just knowing, like in your heart, that there's something else. And I don't know, it was just weird. It was weird how my son, like I answered him like, and I told him, I said, if you want, we can go to church one of these days, and I'm not gonna push any agenda on him. I want my sons to,
Just get them,
go on their own
get
path.
them the King James before they start going to church and everything. Get them a King James version of the Bible and the Strong's Concordance book, so they can research words that they don't know. It gives the meaning. The Strong's Concordance tells the meaning of the words that's used in the Bible, and just let them
Absolutely.
study for a while, man. Let them read the parables. Start them out on the New Testament first, and then let them read the Old Testament.
Yeah, because like I don't want to push nothing. Like my youngest was a cheerleader last year, and that I want them to have their own ideas, and that was great, man. At first, I learned my lesson, doubting him at first. I'm like, really, that's gonna get him made fun of. But after watching him do it, I'm like, wow, like I'm not gonna stand in these kids' way. They're gonna go on their own. They're gonna go their own path. I'm just gonna be there to witness it. That's what I'm here for.
You just
And
got to
it's
plant the seed. You just got to plant the seed, bro, and just let it grow. As it grows, water it, man. Because it's something that's not instilled in many youth today, because it wasn't really instilled in us. You know, seems like
right.
there's been a falling away for since Cain slew Abel. Man, I mean, there's been a falling away of man away from God. Eventually, we're gonna make it back full circle, but we're gonna have to suffer through some things, man. But
Yeah, I believe that, man.
like my dad was a holiness preacher, man. He had a heart attack in church. Lord took him straight out to church house. You know what I'm saying? He was up shouting and praising God, speaking in tongues, and his last words while he was alive was, "Children, this feels awesome." Then he sat down and slumped straight over, heart attack. That was his
Wow.
last words was, "Children, this feels awesome." So,
Wow.
man, I sit and think about a lot of things, man. The way the world is today, there's so much. A lot of souls are black. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. That's why, like, when people there's been certain people, like all this stuff going on in this community. I'll just use this community as an example. All these people are like, why don't you fight back? Why don't you do this? And it's just that's not my calling. Like I believe in myself. I know who I am. And yeah, maybe I should be more vocal when I feel I'm right, but that's just I don't want to play into the drama. I don't want to play into the negativity. That's what I don't want to play into. I would rather be positive and show my kids that no matter what comes your way, just be positive. Positive things will come.
Yeah, man.
But I get a lot of flack for that, man. Everybody's like, "Oh, look, straight shooting. What the hell is wrong with this guy? Like he's taking all these L's." No, man, I'm not taking no L's. I'm not giving him the time of day. And
Man, there ain't,
forgive.
there ain't nothing that nobody on this platform or any other social media platform can say or do that can sway you unless you let it. You know what
Amen.
I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Ain't nobody moves you but you. Ain't nobody moves me but me.
Absolutely.
They'll always be negative. They'll always be negative everywhere we go.
And that's what I
You
try to
just got to
tell
be the
people, man.
polar opposite of that.
And I think that's my niche, man. It's just my YouTube's my life story and shedding light on stuff. You know what I mean? I think that's just what I'm gonna do. I don't want to just stick to reactions because that's not what I'm passionate about. I mean, sometimes I do want to do a reaction, so I'll do a reaction. Just like the puppies. I'm passionate about that. I'm passionate about just gardening, keep my hands busy. Who says you can't have it all, right?
Yeah. Like I've had this channel, man, since like 2017, and then I had a channel for a year before that, before my phone got smashed, and I had to start another one. But like out of the 5 years, I've only uploaded videos for 2 years. I spent the first 3 years, telling my story to people and going into comment sections and videos and live chats and stuff, and just talking to people. What's up, Carho? Hey, that's my bro right there, man. Y'all subscribe to Mike's Carho. Hey,
Yeah, absolutely. What's up?
toss that dude a wrench, man. He's solid, 110 toes down. I vouch for that.
Absolutely. Hey, he's
But
always coming here. Nothing but respect, man. Salute
yeah,
to
man,
Mike's car.
he's a good mod, man. He'll drop links for everybody in the channel. You don't even have to ask him to do it. You know what I mean? He's on top of that shit, man. He's a good
That's
dude.
awesome. Well, if he's good with you, man, he's good with me.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
he's all anyways.
Yeah, he's been with me for I don't know, probably a year or so now, man. Something like that. He's a good dude. You got some nice vehicles, man. You got a nice C10 truck. And
Ooh, I'm gonna have
nice
to check that out.
conversion. Oh yeah, bro. He's got some nice ones, man. He's got a
I
nice
love
Evo
muscle.
too.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I gotta check that out. I love cars.
Yeah, he's got a fast little Evo, man.
Damn, I have to check that out, man. Definitely. Hey, Mike, I'm gonna come check you out, bro. I know I'm already subbed to you.
Yeah, share one of his videos, man. Pick one out. Share one of his videos in your community.
You cool? I mean, I'll play one right now if you want. You guys want to see a quick video, Mike Carl? Is that cool with you, Mike?
Hell yeah, he's cool with it.
All right, let me do this real quick. Mike.
I think the one he just uploaded was something about getting some tires changed or something. He had a flat tire on his Evo, but you'll see the thumbnail and stuff or his intro's got all his different vehicles in it.
Wow, look at all these cars, dude. Which one is it? All right, look, I'm gonna pick this one. They told me I should sell my car. I got a flat tire on it. I'm gonna get that, bro.
That's the newest one. Share screen too.
I think do I have to mute my mic?
I don't know, but you try it then.
Yeah, tell me how this sounds. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I can see his page.
Tell me if it starts echoing too bad.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Mike from Mike's Car Hole.
Now you're good.
We got a lot going on today. I'm going to take my truck in. I've been meaning to get some tires put on the front of it for a little while. And then I noticed that my Evo is flat. Maybe hard to see.
Oh, yeah, she is.
Evo's flat. So when I take the tires in for the truck, I'm going to take this wheel off too.
We got small with.
So I'm also going to try to get her washed when I get back later today. But I'm going to do this dump run real quick, load up the tires, and take this one off and see if I can get it fixed.
Love that color, man.
So,
oh yeah, bro.
Back in a little bit. All right, so I got the tire off the Evo. Wasn't sure exactly what was going on, but
a 50 wide
right there. It's good because it's inside. They should be able to plug it. And then the two tires for the truck. I went with a little bit of a smaller size this time. It's a 255 40/20. I can't remember what I had on there before, but I went a little bit smaller.
It's a 40 wide
on it just because on some of the bumps, like at speed, these tires would rub. So it was 255.
Got them ball 338 wheels.
These new tires hopefully will prevent it from
That's
rubbing.
beautiful, man. That's
so
beautiful.
Get this fixed, get those on. Evo I got in the air. It needs a little attention in here. I lifted it from this spot, and I just threw a sport jack in the back just to give it 2 points of contact. The front, I put rocks in front of the wheel so it wouldn't roll. It's also in gear, and e-brake is set, so it shouldn't be going anywhere because it's hard to tell, but this is a little bit of an incline. So we're gonna get this stuff put back together, and I'll cut back. All right, tires fixed. The C10, they couldn't get me in until Sunday, so the C10 is gonna be at the tire shop for a little bit. See if I can find this patch that they did. Right here. I guess right when they mark it in yellow, but that's where the screw was. Everything's all good on this. We'll get it back in the car. What I did notice was I do need to do some work in here. So it looks like I need to work on my upper ball joint. So I'm gonna order all new bushings, ball joints,
slotted rotors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, them slots are good, man.
So yeah, it's kind of crusty over there. So got to get a little bit of work done in here. Try to clean everything up, all new bushings for everything. So I'm gonna start compiling parts until I have everything, and then I'm also gonna order a new set of coilovers for it as well. I imagine the front needs them as well. These were the Eibach lowering springs. You can see it says right there, the Eibach ones, but the powder coat that was on them has been coming off pretty good. So, and this car's got a lot of mileage on it, so I'm gonna go ahead and start compiling all these parts. So it may be a little while before I get to it, but I'm gonna start buying up all these parts once I have everything, and I'll more than likely just drop the rear subframe and service everything. But I do need to address the diff. So go ahead and get this tire back on, and I think I'll probably wash the car. It's really dirty. Not quite as bad in the past because I've been driving it, but and let's see, can we see these better in the light? Really bright. Can't see. No, I can't tell on the camera.
Gotta love
So,
that front hood. Man.
All
That
right,
grill
we'll get
right
this tire back on, and I will get back with you later.
Damn, that's
All right,
nice,
guys,
man.
back
I
up.
bet that car is fast, bro.
Death jack or jack stand out. Let's see. So I can do this one-handed. It's getting time to replace this Harbor Freight jack. Ooh. This car's coming. Oh, too fast. All right, tires back on. Jack's out. The other thing that I didn't realize they were doing, but they did do a new balance on it too. So I just thought they were patching it, so that's nice. What I will say about these wheels, like these things have been on my car for better than 10 years as a daily. So some of them have been kind of scratched up over time, and this is the worst of them. So when my next set of tires need to be done, you can see it pretty good here. I'm gonna get those cleaned up. There's no like deep gashes. This is just I hit this in a snow drift. It was a curb about 10 years ago on that one. And this one was like a hidden. I was the one that did this too. I can't blame this on anybody but me. But this happened at a Starbucks drive-thru. So, and the other side's all good too. Like they're scratched up. So once this one's pretty good. Just a little bit right here. So my next set of tires, I'm going to probably get these repowder coated. So, thanks for watching my video. Hopefully that was somewhat enjoyable for you. I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you.
Mike, that was a great video, bro. I enjoy that kind of stuff, man. Y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, let me do this.
Yeah, I need some of them Brembo brakes on my C10, man. But you can't see through my wheels. I got them old school aluminum billet wheels from the 90s. Them what are they called? They don't make them no more. I can't remember what they are. But yeah, I'm gonna give you a new set. You good?
What were you saying, bro? I'm sorry. I was writing that up. I just shared that on my community post, buddy, brother.
I was talking about those Brembo brakes and stuff. You know, you can see the red calipers through the wheels and stuff, and that stuff looks sharp. I like to have some for my C10, but I've got those old style 90s billet aluminum wheels. You can't see through them. So I'm gonna switch up wheels. I like to get some American Racing or some real nice wheels, man. Some Brembo brakes you can see through, man. Shit looks good.
Hell yeah, man. I got some 24 chromes for my truck. I don't think I'm gonna put them on because, well, my truck's a truck. I just got them for free, but I might do something with them. I might clean them up, show a video of me cleaning. I'm really good with that kind of stuff. I mean, my Beamer is the next car I'm gonna build, but yeah, dude, I saw that they balanced that. That's a nice Evo, man. I bet that thing rips. My Beamer rips. It's just I'm
If I
an
was
old
you,
school kind of guy.
I wouldn't go any bigger than like a 20-inch rim, because for real, man, the bigger the wheel you got, the harder it's going to be on your front end, all your front end parts and stuff. Tires going to cost you a lot more. It's hard to
Dude,
balance those big wheels, man.
Right now, you can see the picture kind of. I got black 20s. I don't remember the brand. They're XDs or something. I got black 20s with 35s on it in there. They're 50 wides, I think. Or they're 16.5, which is basically a 50 wide. So they're 20-inch rims on and with 35s on them. I got a 10-inch lift. I still haven't got my truck back from impound, but I'll get it back, man.
20
And
by
we're gonna.
10s or 20 by 9s?
What's that?
Are they 20 by 10s or 20 by 9?
The exact size is 20 by 12.5 35s.
Oh, that's your rim. So a 12.5 wide, I would say that's probably a 20 by 10 wheel.
Yeah, there's some big wheels, man, and them. I mean, that's $3,000 of rubber on my. So I got given them 24s, and they're nice looking rims. They're just the chrome's kind of coming off, but I can't. I mean, right as it is, man, my truck don't drive like it drives like a truck now, which I don't really like, man. Before I put the rims and tires I have it on it now, I had some like regular all-terrains, and that thing if it's like a Cadillac. Now it's like you hit every bump, you feel it. But I'm like old school square bodies, C10s, just old school suburban. I just like old stuff, man. I've had 6 first, second, and third generation Camaros. Well, I've had 3 third, 1 first, and 1 second. I'm just an old guy, you know what I mean? I love the old shit. What's up, Shy Wolf? What's up, Ed? How you doing?
What's up, Shy? How you doing, girl? What's up, Ed? Hey, you should scroll back through some of my older videos, man. The ones that are just got my trucks in them. A couple that I've sold. You have to check them out, man. I had an old 1960 Apache stake bed truck, man. Had a little cammed inline 6 with a 4-speed split manifold. Dude, it sounded, it would hit a lick just like a V8, man.
Wait, you have like one, is it a picture of you with long hair?
Yeah, should be.
What? I'm not, I know I was subbed to you. It says I'm not subbed. Let me turn all my notifications on. That's weird, bro. I know I was subbed to you because I was looking through some of your older stuff.
YouTube some of that shit, man. YouTube be on that shit. I've had to go back. Like I would still get the recommendations in my feed, so I never checked. But then one day I was watching a video and looked down and it said subscribe. And I was like, I know I've been subscribed to these people for like 2 or 3 years now. So I went through and I checked a bunch, man, and there was like 20 or 30 people that hell yeah, scroll down.
Ooh.
Keep going.
There's Durkee.
Hey, yeah, that was funny, man.
Here's the bottom of it.
Let's see. Click on the videos part because you can't see all of them.
This is the videos right here.
Huh. Well, I wonder why it don't show there should be one titled 1960 C20 Apache.
1960 C20.
Right, it's on the bottom row. Well, it was on the bottom row. It's a white. You see a white truck. All right, it's on the bottom. It's one.
Apache right here.
Right there. Yep. Yep. That's it. See if we can't get a little cold start here.
Ooh, I love cold starts.
Listen to this thing, man.
Ooh. Damn.
Sounds good, don't it?
You know what the craziest thing, man? I can smell it from here. That old
Dude.
Chevy smell. I can smell
Yeah,
that shit.
man. Sounds mean for a 6-cylinder, don't it? Don't sound too bad.
I love it.
It used to be like a seafoam green, man. I drove that thing 90 miles home, running 40 miles an hour and cranking 4,000 RPM. This is low gear.
Wow, that must be low gear. 4,000 RPM?
Yep. I was yeah, there's a
What's
video
got
of
a
me. Now it's got a 4-speed, but it's got 456 gears.
Oh yeah, so look at that, man. Is that an inline 6? Straight 6?
Yep. With split manifold, split header.
Split
Still have the old bass breather.
What kind of carb is that? Is that kind of that new fuel injected?
No, that's a 1-barrel carburetor with the oil bath breather. You pour oil inside of that.
I was gonna say it kind of looked like one of them old school, like how they came out with the. I think no, this was way earlier than that. But remember when they came out with like the 305s with it was kind of like a carburetor, but it was a fuel injected. They called it fuel injected.
Yeah, it was throttle body. Yeah. Throttle body injected.
That's what you're saying, yeah.
But you know that one there, man, was all original, other than the split manifolds, and it had a small cam. Other than that, man, she was
That's
a peach.
sweet.
Boy,
You got that?
No, I sold that to an old man, and he passed away. I sold it to him about 2 years ago, and that's my C10 right there. But before I LS swapped it, the one that's next to my bike, that was before I LS swapped it. But
that's sexy, man. I would leave it just like that, honestly. You still got this?
Yeah, but it's got a different motor and transmission in it.
Hey, if you ever sell it, let me know, man. Seriously, I'm looking for one.
I've got it for sale right now for $8,000.
Oh, let me talk. My old man's been asking me to find something old that we can kind of work on with the kids. Let me ask him. Would I have to trailer it back to Maine though?
No, hell no. You start that bitch up and drive it the whole way.
Hell yeah, dude. 305?
Just wait for it. No, that was that. Right then it had a 350 in it with a 5-speed. Now it's got a 5.3 LS and a 4L60 in it.
Oh, you LS swapped it. Damn.
Yeah. Just wait right here, man. I'm revving this one of the bitch up. And the fucking the damn throttle stuck on it. And wait till I pull up on this wide.
Oh, that's cool, dude. That's cool. Yeah, the 350s and the 305s were the same blocks, weren't they? Just like the 4.8 now, the LS 5.3s.
Yeah, same blocks, just different piston diameter, bore diameter.
Like the 4.8s. Now the new LS is like the 4.8s and the 5.3s are the same exact thing except the pistons. The 5.3 have the groove pistons for the compression. The 4.8s have flat pistons, flat tops.
Yeah. And the 4.8s are already the rings are already pre-gapped for boost. Yep. So if you want to put a turbo on it, you don't have to gap the rings like you do a 5.3 or 6.0.
Oh no shit! I didn't know that.
Hey, play that one of that camouflage truck. It was right next to that to that Apache one. It's camouflage. It's on the 4th row, far right. It says M1008. 84 M1008. That's a military square body.
Ooh. Eldebrock.
Pretty good old truck, man.
Did they have a key in it? Did you start it without a key? I love it.
No, it's all of those military trucks. They didn't come with keys because you can't,
Oh, no.
you can't lose a key in a battle zone. You just turn the key over and hit the start button.
I didn't know that. I was wondering because I've seen a couple of them that do that. That's cool, man.
It's got newer model wheels, and it had a little rust. And somebody painted the. You'll see right here when I come up on the other side. Somebody painted that bed side, man, like a dumbass.
Yeah. Yeah, I see it.
But it came out as a diesel, but somebody swapped it to a 350.
Damn, I would have kept it a diesel.
Yeah, but it had everything. It had everything that it came from the military with. It had the spot on the front where you could jump start a tank. It had all their communication stuff in it. Pretty wild,
shit.
man. It was a hell of a truck.
I had a 355 in my my 89 IROC Z28. It had T-tops. I had a 355 and I lost the rod. I lost a rod bearing on that 3-cylinder. So I went and got like the old school 327s, like the original, not the newer 327. And I rebuilt that with a cam. That thing rocked, man. That thing had
the 327s where the double hump heads came from. The 327 and the DZ 302s that come out in the 67 Camaros. Those were a badass engine, man. The DZ 302, them some bitches could crank like 8,000 or 9,000 RPM from the factory.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they was badass, man. But yeah, there's a video there of some drag racing and shit.
Damn, what is
Pretty
this?
cool
Twin turbo F-150?
No, that was just the title. He was just a 302, but my little cousin, he said it was a twin turbo. He's just cutting up. He's got autism, but that's just a factory 302.
It's like all factory.
All right. I want one of them walking tall trucks, like the 92 F-150, something like that. 89.
Yeah. Yeah, there's one that's titled No Name Nationals 500. That it shows the LS engine.
You ain't gonna strike me for playing this, guys, right?
No, bro. Top of the screen on the left. Yeah, top of the screen on the left.
What's up, guys? What y'all doing today?
This is a nice swap right here, man.
Took it to the car wash the other day, sprayed it off.
Don't do no
good. You live up on the mountain.
Yeah, you can see the LS in it. That's crazy. That's awesome.
Like to take this truck to the
now,
Nationals.
Did you have to? You had to get the computer for that LS, right? Is that how you did it?
I couldn't hear you.
You had to get the ECU from this engine, right?
Yeah, it's right there on the fender wall. You can see it's got that. It's right next to that jug. I bought it's the ECU from that motor and transmission came from a 2004 Chevy Avalanche, and the ECU is the original ECU, and I bought a BP Automotive harness, which is really one of the best ones you can buy besides buying Holley and all that. But it's all a stock swap. It's just got a cold air intake and The transmission's been rebuilt with billet internals, and it's got a transmission cooler. Other than that, man, it's an all-stock swap.
That's cool, man. I remember back in the day, the old Hollies. The only thing I didn't like about the Holly like carburetors is in the wintertime, if you ran it in cold weather, you'd have to adjust them. Mine, I did. I'd have to adjust it all the time to the weather temp up here in Maine because it'd go from 100 degrees to 40 degrees.
I bet. With this, man, all you gotta do is hit the key and fucking walk away.
Missouri.
Hell yeah, man.
Later on this year,
That's a clean looking swap, bro.
It's just a stock 5.3.
We're talking about the no-name nationals that's actually going on right now.
I'd like to call out
I didn't get to make it.
other
Yeah.
stock.
It's on. It's
5.3.
today and tomorrow.
Square body or half-ton truck.
Well, I just shared
They'll
this,
be
so I don't.
87 and older.
I know you probably have all the same subs as me, but maybe you'll get some more views on it. You got
No
nice
matter who
views
it
on
is,
this
I'll
one.
race anybody for the fun of it.
Yeah, the
But,
guy
don't
from
put out
Street
more
Racing
content.
Channel, who's got like
If you don't
230,000
mind, it takes 500 subscribers
subs.
to get there.
He shared my.
I'd rather earn them than,
That's
beg
cool,
Like,
bro. I
own-
love when people
When
share.
I posted this video, I only had
What with-
250 subs.
as far as
So
how
however long
much,
ago
but,
that's been,
if you don't
I
care,
went from 250 subs
comment,
to
subscribe, ring the
almost
bell.
100.
We'll see what we can do.
It's been 6 months, bro, and you got wow. That's a nice
I need to
jump.
paint
Huh?
this bad boy.
You
This
should keep
bucket
doing
seats,
videos,
man.
Hell yeah,
Look what
dude.
they did.
Look what they
Try to
did to
put
my
a double
dash.
din or something in there and just rearing
What?
that, man.
Why'd they do that?
They tried to put in a double din radio, man, instead of leaving it factory. This
Oh,
truck
yeah,
came
you-
from Texas. There was a Mexican fella owned it.
Man, you should see I got a double din, but it has 2 screens, but the first screen will come out and it'll let the other screen flip up. It's a flip up, and then the other one's angled. So it's a double, but it's not. I gotta show you. It's a cool looking radio, but I would never, no offense to you, I would never put one in that. I would leave it factory.
No.
This
Well, I
truck,
can't. I mean, I'm going to have to do something other because that's a big ass hole there to fill. I mean, I'll probably have to end up putting a double din in it or make my own, mountain kit or whatever. But yeah, I'll rev it up here in just a second.
Yeah.
Let me turn it up a little bit. Oh, that's
Don't
True
sound too
duels.
bad for True Duels.
it's got a
Yeah,
nice rumble.
It's got bucket seats. I don't know if they're out like a Choo Choo Custom or Southern Comfort or
They ain't got to rip one in
something
them,
like
man.
that. I've looked and looked, try to match
I
them
want
up.
this
Can't
truck,
find
bro.
none. If any of you guys know what these seats are out of,
I'll sell it to you, man.
I assume they go to stock brackets. I've really never looked.
Damn.
This is pretty much a rust-free truck.
It's just got a lot of paint flakes,
Spent
man.
most of its life in Texas.
I love it, dude. But we're gonna have to talk
See the
behind the
time.
scenes about it.
But it's in Kentucky now.
You got some pictures of this and stuff? I mean, I can show
All
my
right,
old
guys,
man the
we'll close it
video.
out for now. Try to come up
Yeah, I
with some more
got you.
content that somebody'd want to watch. And hopefully see you guys at the race.
I got some nice tires and rims that would go great on that thing.
No Name Nationals 2022.
On the front are 265 50s, and on the back is 295 50s.
I'd probably leave it looking like that, just
Welcome
like
back to another episode
look
of
like a
Paint the
sleep-
Side,
oh,
your
well.
channel where learning doesn't stop.
make it look like a sleeper, and just you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because I bet that truck goes, bro. With that
Dude,
5.3
it'll
in it.
haul out. I mean, compared to what it was. See, when it came out originally, it was a 6.2 diesel and an overdrive transmission. Well, somebody took out the diesel and the overdrive and put in that 350 small block and a 5-speed out of a like an OBS style. And I drove it around like that for a couple of years, and then I LS swapped it. But man, compared to what it was before, I mean, you can run 80 and 90 mile an hour down the interstate on this, and you're barely cranking a little over 2,000
yeah.
RPM. I mean, it's
Yeah, and
a cruiser, though.
I would get a tuner for that just to get it right up to spec, man. I got a computer system software for that. Man, I would make that thing nice.
Oh, it's already been tuned. I had it tuned and everything. I mean, it's good to go, bro. Literally, all it needs is I'm rebuilding the steering column because the key wouldn't turn all the way. The old rack that was inside the column was wore out. I've got the new parts. I've just not done it yet. But literally, all it needs is a steering column rebuilt. Fire that bitch up, drive it to damn Canada if you wanted to. I mean, I would trust it anywhere. The swap only had 162. It had 162,000 miles on the engine whenever I did the swap, and dude, you heard it, man. It purrs like a kitten. It ain't got a problem. One new drive shaft, new shocks, new brakes, everything.
Let me talk to my old man. I really, I think I know that's what he's looking for. I want to see what I know he had like 7. I want to see if he can come up with a little bit more.
I'll shoot you some pictures and you know, and all the info on it. But it's a 1982 GMC Sierra Classic C1500 short bed.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. And that old, you don't need a title or nothing, man. You can register as an antique. I wouldn't, because then you can't drive it.
It already is. Well, I've got it here. It's got antique tags on it already, which means you don't have to pay. You don't have to have a tag on it. You know, you buy the plate one time, and that's all you got to do.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, man. The 90s OBS are really getting real popular right now. Everybody's taking those, man, and freaking LS swapping them, and they're selling big money too. Yeah, short boxes are a big point for sure.
Let me do some stuff.
Taking long beds and cutting them down. It'll be here.
Give me a couple of days, man, because I will. If my old man wants it, as long as he can fly me out there, man, I'll drive it back. You know what I mean? Like, I got no problem.
I guarantee you it could be driven right back to your house, man. With some good gas mileage too. I mean, it gets better gas mileage than, you know, like a newer truck like a 2004 Silverado. It gets the same gas mileage, but it probably gets better gas mileage because the truck is lighter than the newer weight.
Yeah, it's half the weight, and that's an LS. I mean, damn. That thing must cruise, buddy. You must have to put weight in the back of that thing for not spin out.
I went. Well, it's got 373 posi, and it'll eat both the tires off, man. But yeah, man, I took it to the rod runs back earlier in the year, back in April, and I ran 75 and 80 the whole way, man. I drove down there and back and drove around on one tank of gas.
Hell yeah, man. Hey,
20 miles
Ed, this is Red Eye Patriot talking. Him and Mike Carhole, I don't know who you're talking about, but check them both out. If you go to my community pin, I mean, I think Mike can post a link, but if you go to my community, I just shared both of them. So, yeah, check them out, man. This is pretty cool. That truck's not for sale anymore. Yeah, that truck's not for sale no more, so don't be calling Red Eye on it. Well, give me a couple days, and then I'll tell you. I'm 90% sure.
Hey, I'll shoot you all the pictures and info on Instagram.
Hell yeah, man. My dad don't have any of this social media stuff, so I'm gonna go see him tomorrow anyway. So, dude, that gives me the reason to go south. I mean, right there.
Yep. I'll have the steering column rebuilt on the 5th or the 6th. That's when my cousin gets off his ankle bracelet. He's my mechanic. He got a DUI and he had to do 30 days ankle bracelet. He comes off on October 5th, so he's going to come up that afternoon or the next day and rebuild the steering column and get it fired back up again. It's got brand new battery, fresh oil change, all the fluids are fresh. Like I've put like 800 or 900 miles on it since the swap.
That's So it's, I mean, that's good though. I mean, sometimes people swap and they mess it up. So if you put 8 or 900 miles on it, it's definitely a good swap. Everything's straight. Everything's running right.
Yeah, I had a guy in Russellville, Kentucky. He owns a shop called Just Stop Shop, and he's about 3 hours west of me. And he was highly recommended in my Facebook group, C10 Club Kentucky. And I went in there and made a post. I said, who does the best LS swap? And that guy's name was tagged many, many more times than the other people. So I went with him, even though it was closer to go with one guy, but he was a couple thousand higher. But I got the swap done and everything done completely, and the transmission rebuilt for $4,300 plus my old engine and transmission.
Damn. Hell yeah,
which is
bro.
really a pretty good deal.
Hell yeah, man. I'm trying to find someone. I'm gonna post my engines. I got one of them all aluminum LSs, and I got a 327 still. And I know them are like the
all aluminum LS.
Yeah,
the aluminum LS. If it's a 5.3, then it's called an L33. They're an excellent engine, man.
Yes. That's what it is. L33.
Yeah, yep. they're like the 300 and some horsepower version.
Yeah, and I got a truck cam that's in it. I mean, I still got the regular cam that went with it. He gave me that to me too. But I got the nice heads. I got the cam. It's all built. It's all ready to go. I was gonna put it in my truck. I had a newer LS, and I got that. I dropped the lifters in it, so I was just gonna replace the whole motor, but I ended Frank.
The reason for the drop lifters, man, is the fucking lifter trays that they set in. That's just a plastic tray. It's crazy, man. The placement on demand.
Yes. And that's bullshit.
Yeah, a lot of people. Everybody takes that out, man. Whenever they change them up, they do a DOD delete. Yep, so you got an excellent engine, man. You got an excellent engine right there to start with. Like I've got a 2004 Silverado extended cab. It's got the 5.3 inch stuff. It's the real dark charcoal gray. It's called dark spiral gray metallic. It's a pretty sharp truck, man. I need to do a video on it.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, I need to do a video on it and post it on there. It's been a while. I need to clean it up though, man. I'm gonna take it down to our local constable. He also owns a detail shop, so I'm gonna get him to detail it, buff it, wax it before the winter at least one time, so I can do a video on it.
Yep. Hey, I appreciate that, Ed, man. I try to be a good guy. Mike Carhole said my LS has a Z06. Damn, that's a vet cam, ain't it? Z06 cam. That's what they put in the vets, right?
That's a 6.2 cam.
Damn. See, I had a truck. I had an 8.1 gas, the biggest one they made.
Those are fucking, man. Now, for a long time, they didn't have any aftermarket support, but you can look up a company called Relar. And man, dude, those 8.1s are a freaking powerhouse. That's a 496 cubic inch LS engine. They're freaking bad. Those 8.1s are a beast.
That truck's beautiful, man. I wanna get you guys some pictures of it. It was just TVs in the back. It was just, you know what I mean? It was one of them trucks that it was a beast.
Like one of them trucks that'll pass everything except the gas station.
Absolutely, man. You could punch the gas, and I don't know what was going faster, the odometer, or the revometer, or the gas gauge. Yeah, they would both go up and down at the time. It's like, oh man. But I love it, man. I loved it. And then I traded it up and I got my Duramax. I know I traded that up and I got
I'd like to have a Dirty Max, man. I'd like to have a 2006 or 2007, early 2007, the classics, like the cat eye style. But I like the 99 to 02, man. I like to have a short wheelbase 2-wheel drive, 2001 or 2002. With the fucking LS in it, man. I just I call them flat eyes. 99 to 02 is a flat eye, and 03 to 07 is a cat eye. And then in 07 and a half, they switched to the newer body style.
Yeah. See that 81 was a cat eye. I think it was I think it was a Chevy, and I think it was an 07 was the last year of the cat eye, I think. But because the next year, 07 and a half was the newer version. But yeah, it was 07. No, 05. I bought it.
I think they only made them like a couple, 2 or 3 years. I don't think they made them in the cat eye versions. I think they was just in the 99 to 02 flat eye versions.
I'm not sure. It might have been older. It might have been a 03 or 02. I thought it was like an 05 or 06, but I could be wrong. I'm gonna have to look up the pictures. But it was a beautiful truck, man. I'm 90% sure.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure on which year they stopped making the 8.1s, but they were an excellent engine, man. If you had a 3/4 ton HD extended cab with 8.1 in it, dude, you can pull any damn thing. You pull a fucking tree down with it.
It was a quad cab with a 10-inch lift with an 8-foot bed, bro. This thing was massive. It was the biggest truck around. It's bigger than my truck. No,
that Duramax you got sweet, man.
Yeah, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to get it back and get it cleaned up and show you guys. Like, I want to give you guys a grand tour of everything I've done to it. I did all the work myself, man. 3-inch down pipe. I got headers with like 2.5-inch up pipes. It's got a 69 millimeter Ryan's diesel service turbo in it. It's got a 5-inch exhaust to 10-inch stacks. I mean, 50 over or 40 over injectors. It's got a bunch of stuff done to it. It's got a train horn. No, it's got either a ship or a train horn in the hood. I mean, in the grill.
Yeah, those are fun.
Man, I got all kinds of cool stuff for it, man. I think I might take the stacks out because it's really loud. But she'll get up. It's got the 200 horsepower 5-way switch. So you can go from stock to 70 to tow to 120 to 200. I mean, it's on the dyno 2 years ago. It said 635, almost 1,400 foot-pounds of torque. And that's just with a turbo. Yeah, people don't think that's horsepower. That is a lot.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that's a lot, dude. I mean, yeah, that's a whole hell of a lot, man. Like, my little cousin there, he had that. I posted a video of his 06 Cummins that he just got out of the shop. He put a new nice intake on it, man, a new turbo and everything, and had it built a little bit. He ended up selling it, man, for like, it had rust and stuff in it, man, and he still got like 12.5 out of it.
Damn. Yeah. I was going to sell mine, but I think I'm going to keep her. It needs a little bit of tinkering, man. It's got a dent in the bed. And I'm going to fix her up. You'd be better off keeping that than you would going and trying to get one of these newer ones, man.
I like the 99 to 06 trucks, the 99 to 07, the flat eyes and the cat eyes. Besides the square bodies and the older model stuff, those are my favorite vehicles, man.
Yeah, and this is the year before they started putting that DEF shit in and the coolers, and so it's pre-emissions like that way. So I got lucky. I did take out my I did delete it, so it's tuned and deleted. So I took out I don't remember what it's called now, but basically it screws your whole engine up.
Yeah.
What is that called? I can't remember. It's like it cycles out through your exhaust, your turbo and stuff, and people delete them, and they get and it was 2 inches, almost 2 inches too tall, and they force impounded me for enforced inspection. So yeah, $1,200. Yeah, dude, I wasn't even half a mile away from my house, man. I was picking my kids up from the bus, and I spun around the next house down, and the cop is saying, turn it back around, go home. They took it. I'm like, fuck you, dude. Like, what kind of
We don't
douchebag does
we
that?
don't have those laws here in Kentucky, man. I mean, if that son of a bitch will drive and you can put insurance on it, they don't give a damn.
DFP, yeah. Yeah, they have them here, man. There's the lift laws in Maine suck. That's why I was going to register in Florida. Then they can't do shit to me. I don't need an inspection sticker. But
Right.
I'll get her back. I'll do some videos on her. What's up, Slap-a-Ho? So I was going to say Red Eyes square party. We'll make panties drop.
Yeah. Been dropping
made my
panties since 1973. First year of the square body.
I'm gonna jump off you guys. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, man. I've had a good chat with you, bro.
Yeah, man. Thanks, brother. Thanks for being up here. I know a lot of people didn't come in here, but yeah, this was nice, man. I like the vibe tonight. You know, talking about cars. A lot of people don't know.
Sometimes the less people, the better, man. It's less drama and bullshit.
Yeah, I bet people are still wondering what a cat eye.
I've got StreamYards now, so which I don't need StreamYards to go live, but I got it just so I could have people, you know, come up on the panel and shit. So I'm gonna start doing some of those here in the next few days, man. You're welcome to
hit me up anytime. I'll jump on. I will jump on anytime,
yes, sir.
brother.
All right, man. I'll go ahead and hop on here and let you close it out. Car-Ho, Rebecca, right. Slap-a-Ho, everybody, y'all be good. We'll catch y'all on the next one.
Brother. Thanks, brother.
Yes, sir. Later.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Much love, guys. Hey, thanks, Mike Carhole, Shy Wolf. Thanks, everybody. Slap-a-Ho, Rebecca. Thank you, Ed, Mike Carhole. Thank you all for being here, especially, and you, Red Eye. That's a great dude. If you guys aren't following Red Eye Patriot, go check him out. Tell him I sent you. He's a dude. Mike Carhole's a great dude. You guys are all great dudes and great females. But man, dude sings like he sounds like Johnny Cash. He plays a guitar. Man of many talents. Got a cool car collection. But I love y'all. Salute to all my shooters out there. We'll catch you on the next one. I'm gonna try to drop another video here tonight or tomorrow, but I'll be live tomorrow morning, probably around 10 o'clock. So if y'all want to come join me, it'll be a party. Love y'all. Have a great night. Salute.
In the hallway, then I never